All right, part two of how to install the Baker 6-speed in your early FL, right? So it's got the oil tank in it, switched out the primary to the right one. We're all in test fit mode right now. As you recall last time, the clutch lever, which sits under there, I mean, all this stuff is sitting in here loose right now, right? See? So the clutch lever, which is down there, it didn't fit in the bike before. We had to put some huge S-bends in it and stuff to make it fit. So it could kind of go right now. I'll just leave it on here at first. If I shimmed this in the back a little bit, as you can see, it's right under there. It just needs a little bit of clearance. My other option is just to bring it slightly outside where it should be. What is with my finger there? So to extend it, because as you remember, the Baker trans is a little bit wider. And on the other side, let me get over here. On the other side over here, hold on. You remember it's wider in this area. It's basically that much wider right there, right? So we can either extend this. You can see here's one of the spots where I heated it up. We can either extend it in a couple different spots or we can shim it up. Now remember, if we shim it up, oil lines, since they're hard lines, aren't going to clear, right? We're going to have problems with the 3 oil lines. Unless you're running flexible lines. And, you know, I went to all the trouble of, you know, going back to all these original fittings and stuff. So I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. All right, let me pull that tank out and show you guys what else I'm talking about. Okay. There's the S-bend that we had to put in the clutch arm, right? So heated it up a little bit there, a little bit there. Got it to sit in here and, you know, get enough movement there. So what we did was basically mocked up the clutch, put the rod in, made sure, you know, I had enough throw. It moves about 1/4 inch. So it's just set up right now. You know, it's got to be finalized. I'll have to assemble the clutch and actually make it work. But the next thing I noticed that I need to change around is in the Baker instructions, it tells you that tells you that the tin is going to need some modification, but it doesn't tell you what it needs. So if you look down in there, that right there, that boss down there, you know, basically the top of that is touching right in here. So I'm going to have to, what I think I can do is make a hole right here and let the counter shaft, the shifter shaft and the boss, this kind of boss down here at the bottom of this, the big end of the lever, of the shift lever, I can make a hole right there and those 2 pieces will sit through. And since it thins out as it comes up, maybe it'll just, you know, close this gap up and it'll fit. Other than that, you know, because I mean, it's really close. The clutch basket is tight and it's barely dragging. So once we get that, this will slide in, then it'll drop down onto the mounting bolt here, and then the oil tank will drop in. It should be a lot closer at that time. I also have to make a hole, whatever, right there for the vent. So that's it. That's where we're at right now. Stay tuned. I'll let you know what part 3 looks like. So, or if you happen to have an OEM original inside tin for a 58, because I thought this was 58, but it's not, because this motor has this style, and I know there's also, you know, the smaller style that goes in there, or maybe it goes right there for all I know. Anyways, if you have one you want to trade before I cut into this one, shoot me a text or email me. That's it. You know, I'm glad that I can finally get the right outer on it once this is all dialed in, but it'll be pretty cool then. All right, that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch up at part 3, man.